Hello, welcome to this video, model railroading fans of the internet and the world. So this channel, it's the Nearly Historical Model Railroad channel. Glad you stopped by. I just kind of shoot video of what we've done in a night. I'm not necessarily going to show you a step through thing of how to do a whole project, but it's just kind of a cool thing to see what we're up to each night that we go out and work on the layout. And sometimes we just end up hanging out with friends and running trains. And a lot of this video is that, so that's kind of cool. Beginning of this video, I'm going to show you a quick little update of the Alpine Station area, just kind of the scenery that we were working on there a little bit. And then we got a couple locomotives that didn't have DCC decoders in them, and now they do. So we're going to run trains, run passengers around the layout, and John came by and he brought something else to run passengers around the layout. So we're going to go through some of that. Because, well, it's just pretty cool. What else do we got in this video? So we did a lot of stuff in the Intermodal Yard, and you haven't actually seen that. So I'm just gonna like show you where the Intermodal Yard is right now. So that's actually pretty exciting. It's actually come really far, I think, from where you've last seen it. And you know what? John was out there, and Jim was out there, and Scott. And Jim, he's just cool to have around. He was sharing some knowledge he's got about cab forwards, locomotives, real ones, and models of them. So we'll kind of get into that a little bit. It was just cool to have everybody hanging out. And again, it's just a video of us all kind of hanging out and having a nice time together. So I don't know. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, let's just, well, let's get on with the video. Oh, Scott says he's on his way. That's cool.
Oh, good.
Hey guys. Hey.
Hey, who's here?
Glad you made it. Alright.
I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to hit that mouse button. Well, if you're gonna do that, you might as well hit the like and subscribe.
Well, welcome to the Nearly Historical Railroad channel. Do model train stuff and things. So I don't know what we're doing tonight. Let's find out. Stick around. Alright. Also tonight, we have John, so that's cool. He found something fun to do. He's, well, just one of those things we do sometimes.
I'm cleaning cars.
So he's dusting cars. We live in a fairly dusty climate, so it's good every once in a while to take a soft brush and try to clear some dust off. Remember what color of the car actually was. So here's some static grass I was playing around with. I messed up a little bit because I was meant to put down some grass that was just flat, and it's supposed to be the 2mm stuff, and I put down something a little bigger. But that's okay. It actually still looks pretty good, I think. I actually have had some success with those now.
So do you think anybody in this room or listening to you knows what 2mm is?
So we live in America. So we know
That
that
is the metric system, and I think what we do is the imperial.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
So what we do know is that 2mm is smaller than 4mm.
I'll bet you it's half the size.
I bet it's about half the size too.
What size 2mm is? You
That'd
know,
be 40. You take that and double it. Would you not?
25ths. Do you have any clue in
Oh,
your mind
no,
what that
I
is?
didn't
You know?
get- no.
Is it like a 1/16 of an inch?
1/8 of an inch. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as it looks good.
Well, as long as it looks good, that's what matters. Size doesn't. Never mind. Look, a donkey. Hey, so kind of curious, how many of you guys out there have like other people that hang out at your train layout and run trains and maybe even help you work on it, or do you just prefer to just work on it yourself and not have anybody over? And that's fine too. I don't know. Maybe leave a comment and let's see what people think. Okay, I do have something to show you. We're gonna run some trains a little bit, I think. But let me tell you. Well, let me show you. All right. So with this standard gauge layout, we actually got some cars and locomotives along with it. And part of that is, well, not this train, but an Amtrak train. So we've been kind of running the passenger cars around, but we didn't have any locomotives to pull the train. And I've been looking online, kind of looking at those Rapido Amtrak things, and those are like beautiful, and they're more than $5. So I don't have any. And we had these actually with the layout, but they were DC. And we've had them for years, but they're DC. So we actually took them down to a friend of ours, and he put 2 decoders in them, and now we can actually run them. And I, the other day, actually speed matched them, and we're able to run them now. So this is kind of cool. So John brought his Bud car. I think you've seen it before, but let's take a look at it again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your service.
At that time, everybody had a free ride. There was enough money. They generated money. They decided it was just a big pocket of money, so they're going to take it. They did. They promised to give it back, and they did.
Yep, and that's what I did. I replaced that, and I was in there, and I was going to replace it up. So
I got no. Engine, it needs both springs in the coupler box itself and on the knuckle.
Oh, really?
On the knuckle also.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Hard to find though. Are they? When you buy like, yeah, in a 25 pack or 50 pack. Yeah, another one, yeah, you're gonna pay $4 a piece for them and.
Well, they're explosive order, they're easy to cut.
everything all cleaned up and tested.
Yeah,
Like do a
clean
couple
everything
free,
up.
do a
Dust
couple
everything
like,
off.
yeah, do a couple free nights and just work the bugs out.
Yeah, if you're gonna get more scenery done by then, especially that Broadway mountain.
That one was city.
They're all city.
Okay, they're passengers. How many of them you got in the DC seed car? Oh, here.
And he hand painted it.
This is, yeah, this is, one of those things that, you just sit there and next thing you know, it's time to go to bed.
Painted.
So, since we're all here, we're just kind of running trains and hanging out and show and tell. John painted some people, and Jim's got something here. Got a set of drivers.
Yeah.
I didn't know shit ice in this.
And that one's been epoxied together.
Was that cracked or what?
Every one of them, all 8 of them were cracked.
Really?
So they're all, the plastic part is cracked
Yes.
on the drivers.
Right, and it's not only holds the drivers and insulates the drivers, it also indexes the drivers. And if you look at it, you can see how they did it. See that square?
That's square there.
It is. So if you look in the hub is square. So they set them at 90 degrees when they assemble them. So when I epoxied, I epoxied 7 of them because that one is not savable.
No.
I will buy the electronics out of there. I've accumulated over 40 steam locomotives, and I've only got a couple of the decoders. So I will pay you for what you paid for the decoder in that locomotive. I'll put it all back together and you can put it on display. What?
So, what they're talking about there is the Bachmann GS4. They're thinking it's not worth trying to make run well, so we're gonna take the decoder out of it and stuff and basically put it on display. And then also the cab forward that you've seen on our channel, kind of the same thing. We're thinking, yeah, maybe we just don't really mess with that anymore, and maybe get something else. So, kind of a sad moment, giving up on a couple steam locomotives. Hey, look what's on display back there. Yeah, worked out nice. Okay, well, you can stay in.
I didn't know where you were going, so I was just getting out of the way from the arm fleet.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, John and Jim have left, and I wasn't going to do this in the video, but we're doing it now because you probably saw it in the background, but that's the Intermodal Yard. I have not shown you that really. Actually, well, we've got a lot of progress on it, and you haven't seen it. So, I wish the lighting was better in here, but I'm just going to show it to you. Okay, so my dad has actually been doing quite a bit of work on this intermodal yard, and this is the first little room that you walk into when you come into the train building, you could say. So I'll just kind of show you real quick. Not going to go into detail of how we did or what we did, but you saw me replace these turnouts, these dual gauge turnouts, so that we can run dual gauge all the way down this way and back, so that's all fine. This is our little 1800s to 1900s and 2000 transfer area. So we have a truck here with the narrow gauge and whatever. It just is that way. So we have dual gauge. We got the narrow gauge in here. This building was like a Walters kit thing that we got from a train show somewhere. It's like $5. I built this water tower long time ago when I was just like a little kid, along with this engine house for narrow gauge. Again, many years ago I built that. It got damaged over the years. My dad actually fixed it back up, and it's just kind of sitting there at the moment. So the idea here is we can bring whatever freight we want into this area and transfer it from standard gauge to narrow gauge or vice versa. And so that gives us a lot of running options on the layout. Then we also have these oil tanks over here, so you can do the same thing, transfer oil from narrow gauge to standard gauge. So yeah, so that's kind of cool. So I just laid some gravel down, mixed a couple different colors together for this gravel road. My dad built this platform, this big platform here, and what's kind of neat is most of it underneath here is just like a piece of particle board, plywood type of stuff. So it's actually pretty sturdy. It's just kind of these outside edges that are a little more fragile. So that worked out really well. And then the pavement here, I don't remember, did you use cork on that, Dad? Or I think we put cork down to do the pavement. And then we just kind of painted it for that. Did a couple different colors of ballast, a little bit, kind of a little different on the narrow gauge versus the yard area. And then I guess you would call it the tarmac, but this yard here, that's just like thin balsa wood or basswood, whatever you call it. That's just thin wood because it kind of matched the rail height. And then my dad just kind of scribed some lines in there with a knife. I don't know if you can see that. Just kind of scribed those lines in there. So worked pretty good. We just stacked up a bunch of containers against the back wall. Someday I would like to maybe get a long picture on this wall of like a shipping yard with an ocean out there, maybe a container ship sitting out there. So this is actually all working fairly well, with the exception of this three-way turnout. It's not really DCC friendly, and it's not really wired. The frogs are dead. So I'm gonna try and modify that in place so that it will run nicely with DCC. Another little project to do. But other than that, things actually run pretty well through here. So there's more detail to go. There's no life on here yet, as in weeds and bushes and things. Okay, there was one tree back there. But so this is where we're at with this. This is nice to have, this yard. We've used it several times, and yeah, it's just operationally gives us a lot more options. And you may have seen in some of the other videos, there's actually kind of another intermodal yard that's in the staging yard. So you can actually bring these trains, these cars, intermodal cars, back and forth between those areas. So that's kind of cool.
Sure makes a difference.
Scott's checking out our static grass. I think you should say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I don't like to say goodbye, so I'll see you later. I hate saying goodbye.
Alright. Well, that's it. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Just kind of curious how many people work their layouts just kind of by themselves, or if they have people come over and hang out at the same time. So either way is cool. So just kind of curious. Alright. Catch you next time. Later.